So thanks for joining another YOUmedia Resource Development Retreat Show and Tell. It's September 21st, 2015, and we're going to have Daniel from YOUmedia Chicago talking about his flyer resource bank. Dan, do you want to start talking about what it is?
Sure. So when I was thinking about what to give to the community for the resource development retreat, I was trying to think of something that like all sites could use, or that like something that like everybody needed kind of universally. And the first thing I thought of was like time, right? That everybody would probably benefit from more time somehow. So how could I save people time? And I started thinking about ways that I spent my time at work, and one of the ways was creating flyers for programs. And for those of you who do that, it's like pretty time consuming sometimes, and a team will pick up your flyer and look at it for about 5 seconds and make a decision maybe to come or not to the program and set it down, and then all that time you invested is kind of gone after the program is done, which seemed like a little bit of a waste to me, especially since yeah, we just do such similar types of programming across sites. Like even if your robotics program is a little different from somebody else's, if your flyer still just has like a picture of a robot on it, like somebody else could probably benefit from that. So yeah, I was just trying to think about a way to make it easy to share and easy to locate flyers and like kind of like look at them. And yeah, I wanted to create something that lets people share all the hard work they put in. You know, give a little bit of credit to the creator, so you know that people don't feel like they're being like stolen from necessarily. But yeah, the idea would be that you would upload, you know, maybe 1 or 2 flyers, and then if everybody did that, you'd have a giant bank of like, you know, 50 flyers to pull from. So maybe you upload one and you save yourself, you know, 6 hours by like, you know, stealing like a bunch of more flyers or taking them, you know, for other people. So that's basically the idea behind it.
Cool. Can you tell us what this looks like or where people can find it?
Sure. At the moment, I'm setting up a Tumblr, and this is kind of in like the testing stages a little bit. It might be housed on the community practice website, like actually, but right now this is just going to be a little something. I'll do a screen share here of yeah, what it might look like. And you could actually, if you notice the link at the top, it is live right now, so you could go and see. But yeah, you're just going to be able to scroll through tiles of different flyers. The flyers will be tagged too, so if you wanted something like for photography, you could click on that tag, and it will resort by all the posts tagged with that. Yeah, that's basically it at the moment. And there's going to be like a menu at the top too, I think, for like very common tags or things for different workshops that you can use. So yeah, it will look something like this. And then when you click on the link there, it'll bring you to a drive location where the file is saved, and you can download it. Yeah, the flyers, they'll always be in like the actual like raw Photoshop or Illustrator type file, so you can go in and change the text and edit it in any way that you need to make it work for your space. Maybe if you need to add like your funder tags at the bottom, or you know, put your own library names and stuff in, obviously. So yeah, that's basically it for what it'll kind of look like, at least.
Cool. So we also have AJ and Cody on this call. Do you guys have any questions for Daniel?
I have a couple quick questions. So if I have a couple of Photoshop and Illustrator files that I would like to share, can I post them onto the Tumblr, or who do I send them to? How do I get it up?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm going to post a discussion post on this community practice as just like a call for flyers. And originally, that's going to be the best place to submit flyers to it. So you'll just put them right into the discussion post. I'm going to request that people add at least 1 or 2 tags for what type of flyer it is, so that it can be easily located, and just, yeah, the raw file. And then if you did use any special fonts, you could include those in the upload too. Yeah, and then I'm going to be kind of curating it along with AJ, I believe. And yeah, we'll be placing them up in the thing. In the future, there might be a little bit more like of a user interface for if you wanted to submit to it. But yeah, at the moment, it's just going to be kind of curated, and you're going to be doing discussion posts. And I think about once every maybe like seasonal or whatever, like 4 months or 3 months or something, I'll do a new discussion post for just a new call for flyers. So
Great.
yeah. That way, it kind of keeps a little bit of activity on the forums, and yeah, it's like kind of a simple way to upload. I want to keep the process as like streamlined as possible. So basically, uploading and submitting takes about as much time as it would to, you know, just export that file, you know, and upload it to the page. So.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, man. I was telling you earlier how I really dig how it's visual, and I really like that you have those tags embedded within it, so anyone can just click photography, and then boom, they have all these examples of photography posters. So yeah, really
Yeah,
great job.
I think the visual element too has a kind of side benefit in that it can just be a good way to get program ideas as well. Like if you're kind of wondering what other sites are doing, or maybe you're just scrolling through looking through the pictures and you realize like, oh, somebody did this type of workshop. I'd never thought about doing that, but come to think of it, at MySpace, we've got some of that stuff too, and we could do that. So it's kind of a cool way at a glance to just get a visual picture of like a bunch of different program ideas, and yeah. So I think it's kind of cool in that way too, that it might just not only like save time for flyers, but inspire people about like what's possible. Any other questions?
I can't think of anything right now, actually.
I know some people
AJ,
might
is there?
concerned about fonts too. In general, I think if you don't have the font that was used in the flyer, Photoshop or Illustrator will kind of turn that layer into like an object that can be kind of like either removed or and you could put your own type of font in or whatever. Or we're looking into there's like an export setting that K-Fi just told me about actually called packages, right? Where when you export the file, it exports kind of all the information, all the images used, and the fonts as well into like a folder. So that might be something that you'll start to see in the future too. If on some of these first ones, if you don't have the fonts, maybe don't get frustrated because in the future that interface might also be there, where you'll just be able to change the text. But honestly, like if you can open a Photoshop, document, usually you kind of know enough at least to place your own font or text in there too. So I still think you can get some good use out of it, even if you don't have the fonts.
Where will the link of this? Where will this Tumblr link be on the community?
I will link it in my discussion post too, which I will be putting up shortly after this. So.
And we can talk to Corey also, because I know there is some plan to integrate it into the menu of resources, so we'll definitely have it in the curated menus for now.
Cool.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. I think that was maybe the fastest one that we've had so far.
Simple concept. Like I said, I hope people can get use out of it. And I know it takes a little bit of extra time to, get that saved version of your flyer and like upload it. But like I said, hopefully we're all just in a really sharing mood, and if people can kind of keep doing that and contribute to it every now and then, like I said, spend a couple minutes to upload, and then hopefully save a lot more by downloading. So.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.